comparison.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
take out the program structure.
Good day and welcome to MAHSA Education Fair, everyone. Today we will sharing you with you on education and career pathway in architecture technology. So, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Associate Prof. Dr. Imam Farshid, Dean of Faculty of Engineering, Built Environment, IT, MAHSA University. So, today with me is Mr. Sharoni. He is the head of program for our architecture technology. So, as you know, in Master University, we are the first university in Malaysia that we offering bachelor in architecture technology. So, other universities perhaps they offering so far architecture design. While we decided to make it architecture technology, we make it very interesting as per current industry demand, which we embedded green technology and application of new software such as Beam software application to our syllabus. So it caused that all the graduates from these programs easily can observe to the current industry demand, and also at the end they will get the title of uh, AT, which is architecture technologist. So today with Mr. Sharon with me, he's an expert in the architecture. He has a many more than 20 years teaching architecture background, and now he will be offering together with his assistants architecture technology. So, Mr. Sharoni,
Okay.
please tell us what is the difference of this program architecture technology to the normal architecture design, and what is the career pathway at the end students where they will lead when they graduate for this program.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Iman. So I would like to respond to the questions, but basically for this program briefing, those issues will be tackled. But besides, I will have also some other relevant explanation that I believe people need to know about this program. Okay. Uh, So before I go into the comparison between our program, typical program versus our unique program that we are offering, just give me a opportunity to explain briefly on the general information of this program. Basically, the duration is 3.5 years because we have 9 semester including practical training. That's why it's a bit longer. But we know this practical training is critical for this kind of program. And then we have 129 credit hours. Okay, of course, we comply with the minimum required credit hours by MQA and the board. And the thing is, our content are technically and technologically driven, meaning with hands-on and practical approaches in the way we deliver things. Right? So what we are targeting is that to produce architecture technologies for also very competent in terms of BIM, okay, which is building information modeling, very critical skill for the graduate in architecture and also in engineering. And also we also targeting to produce a building construction manager. Okay. So I put in here being manager here. Basic because of course after you graduate, you cannot immediately become being manager. You become being coordinator, at one stage, and after some few years of experience, that you can be in manager. Then you find there's a tremendous difference, in terms of career opportunity, in terms of the salary scheme and whatnot. And again, the strength of our program is building information modeling. So because we have this building information modeling really embedded in our program. It's not just you take one semester or you take like one module. We actually starting to introduce BIM from year one, okay, from year one all the way to year three. And then not only that, we also try to integrate with the projects. And our strength also is on terms of green building index. Okay, because we want to ensure that when we design the building, they are sustainable, they are energy efficient, right? Using the right materials, and again also focusing on sustainable constructions and green technology. Thank you.
Okay, so
Okay.
maybe I can stop you here. Just
Okay.
a big more explanation on the previous page, Mr. Sharoni.
Okay.
So here we have various interesting things. For example, can you? Yes. So we have a half a year practical training, which is help our
Mm.
students a lot. For your information, we are collaborating with many industry, and not only this, Master University they are basically construct many projects as well as huge MAHSA hospital, which is it is opportunity for our students to involve with the live projects, and they will learn what industry demands. And it's mentioned we are make our students professional in BIM, building information modeling, which is kind of new application software 3D design in which is it the increase the salary scale of our graduates really considerable high advance for the salary increasing. And also here you can see GBI nowadays, green building index, and how to make a construction in a green technology. It's very important. As Mr. Sharni mentioned, we embedded these green technologies in our syllabus to make sure that all our students learn about this. And MAHSA again pioneer of this. As you know, last week MAHSA University is the first private university that get the official certificate that we have a green campus. So it's very important as our niche and vision and mission to our students understand what is the green technology, which is complete this program. It is set to our vision and mission and our current industry demands. Okay, thank you, Mr. Sharni. You may continue.
Okay, we're going back to the comparison, right? Because they want to make sure that the publics are aware, there's a difference, slight difference between typical architecture program versus the unique program that we are offering. Because the program is architecture technology, and typical architecture program, normally they call it architectural studies or architecture science, or architecture design. So because we are aiming to produce architecture technologies within 3.5 years, right? We can produce a graduate as architecture technologies. But of course, to go into a typical architecture program, you need to spend like 5.5 years, because they have part one and part two, in order to be considered as a graduate architect. Yeah. So after 3.5 years, the graduate can work as a architecture technologies, work as a BIM modeler. But not only that, they can also work with the architecture firm as architectural assistants, or looking at technical design or certain aspect of design. Okay, and also they can work uh, with construction company, okay, with contractors, supervising the construction on site. Okay. So you can see that there's a slight difference here, what the focus here. But because we know there is a need for this, okay, because there are so many universities that are producing architecture designer, architectural design assistants, who can also conceptualize the design. But we are looking at somebody who can actually, operate software, especially BIM, who have that competency, because they have been exposed to BIM from year one. From year one, they're exposed, and then those subject also integrated with the designs. Okay. And
That's true. As mentioned, Mr. Sharni mentioned, before we develop this program, we done benchmarking with various industry and companies and also board of technology. So nowadays, the demand of technologies, those that they really hands-on skill, and to go to the site is really neat. So because most of universities develop the designers, which they sit in the office and they just design. But we really need to develop students which they know what is the hands-on need. So this is why this architecture technologies is very interesting. And also they reduce the period to students achieve their professional title architecture technology. So immediately they get the architecture technologies title, again they have a increase the salary when they find a suitable job, which is actually it's completely related to industry demands. So it is making this program very interesting. Okay, thank you, Mr. Sharoni. Maybe you can continue on your information.
okay, I want to share a bit on in terms of content and delivery. Um, because architecture technology program, we design in such a way that we want to make sure that the student can actually understand and gain the necessary skill. So the student, as architecture technologies, right, as potential architecture technologies, need to be exposed to design. So they learn design just like a normal architecture student. They also learn building construction, building material, building technology. But of course, our approach is slightly different. We are less theoretical because we are more practical in terms of approaches, and then we're looking at a functional and practical solutions. And a lot of technical input will be given to the student. And our programs are highly technical and detailed, focusing on detailed resolution as well, with system integration. So of course the integration we understand is very important, for the student, because they, when they work, they need to have a good understanding of constructions, good understanding of building, and in a holistic manner. Okay. So, and the last part I mentioned here is embedded with BEAM from year one. Yeah, because typical architecture program, they may introduce BEAM, maybe at year three, or maybe at part two, which is master program, right? So that's why they have a from simple to complex architecture project. Because we're talking about 5.5 years program, bachelor and master, in order to be an architect. But to be architecture technologist, after 3.5 years, then you can start working with that being competency. I think we have that confidence, so the student can deliver and contribute to the industry. Uh, and yeah, this is just some images of how the building actually design and compose and work out, and then you can see a lot of informations about the building, um, whereby the contractors can actually construct the building, and according to the time frame, with a lot of savings, because BIM has tremendous and positive impact to the construction industry if really put in practice.
So basically, can you this beam, it is 3D design, which students can
Yeah,
develop more design on the construction. Am I right? What
yeah,
are
yeah.
the what is exactly? Can you explain a bit on beam, please,
Because
for
we're talking
building
about
information
okay,
modeling?
just in general term for the layman term, because we're talking about building information modeling. So there's must be something to do with the information, because when we typical architectural drawing, when we draw floor plans, sections, elevations, okay, and those things are not connected to the I would say digital file, in the sense that it has all the necessary information for us to actually identify the quantity of the material, the uh, all the information that are necessary on that particular building elements. But when it comes to building information modeling, you can access the informations about the building, and the different elements or the services, material, uh, in a very effective manner, so that you understand the building, very effectively. And even you can also simulate the construction process, uh, and again, this will be also advantage to the project manager who actually managing the project. Of course, there's so many aspects of BIM that that benefit the construction industry. In fact, we you know we I think previously we also called the industry to come in and give some talk, to keep that awareness, and this will be continuously done, so that the public understand the importance, of BIM in the construction industry, and those who have BIM competency, you know that their demand is there. The demand is there.
Yeah, exactly. So nowadays, this beam coordinator and beam manager, it's a particular task beside the architecture. So those architects that they have beam competency, they really know high demand here. And this beam is not only application in architect, as I know in quant surveying, in civil engineering, and other program which is required the design of the 3D modeling. Beam is really high important. True, Mr. Sharni?
Yeah. Okay. Um, okay. This is just briefly on the job scope lah, the architect and the architecture technologies.
And also,
Uh,
could you please jump to the green technologies a bit, Mr. Sharni? So, what is the GBI application and green technology application in our program?
okay. I mentioned earlier. Yeah, yeah. We have a beam, and we have GBI, Green Building Index, because Green Building Index are very much concerned with the energy efficiency, the building operations, building maintenance, the use of appropriate material, the concern with the environment, concern with the impact to the environment, and the human comfort, right? So, so green building index is also important. It's also important. So the graduate who had this knowledge would be uh, an advantage. Okay. So and then in fact we also try to collaborate with the Malaysian Green Building Council, to ensure that our content, in terms of green building index are very much relevant and effective. Yeah. So we are not just looking at the surface. We're trying to align with the modules, so that when student designing the building, they have that consideration in terms of green building index. Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And sustainable construction nowadays is amazing job demands. That's why we developed this program in line with GBI and sustainable construction. And for your information, we bring a specialist for this. For example, Professor Malek, which is he has various books, various research application on green technology and sustainable application in this program. So we make him as one of our main advisors for these green buildings technologies. As you mentioned, Professor, as you see, Professor Dr. A.R. Abdul Malik. He has a vast experience in green technology, and he's our advisor to make sure that each of our syllabus in line with GBI. So this is what we make our program more interesting and more advantage compared to other programs, other universities. And also we have an industry advisor, for example, AR Zamri, which is his professional in building information modeling application. That's why we claim and we are really confident that our program has high advantage in the make our students understand about GBI, BEAM application, and so on. And it makes our graduates completely separate in the market, and I'm pretty sure all of them easily can find a suitable job, especially by the live project that's going on in MAHSA universities. And for example, we have our MAHSA hospital project, which is very great advantage for our students, which can they find easily the live projects to understand what is the importance of these programs. And they really understand what's the industry demands. When they go to industry, they are set to the market. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Mr. Sharni.
Yeah.
Any other important matters you want to add here, Mr.
Yeah, maybe
Sharni?
the job
Job opportunity,
opportunity. Yeah,
fantastic. Yes,
I would like to share on the job opportunity. Because like I say, okay, beside being modeling coordinator and later on become a manager, also actually design program in such a way that it create many other job opportunities, such as project manager or GBI facilitator. And remember, I mentioned about how we integrate the green building index. So that's the student, the fact that students being exposed to GBI, it create a easy pathway for them to become GBI facilitator. That's another job opportunity, and become specialist consultant, architectural visualizer, because a lot of software will be taught. Okay, of course, also they become designer. Of as at the we're talking about degree level. Okay, and then yes, many other job opportunities like building inspector, technical designer, technical assistants. Yeah. So again, but of course we when we talk about architecture technologies, indirectly, a lot of technical knowledge and skills, including BIM, should be a part of uh, the graduate attributes. Yeah.
fantastic. So basically, since our faculty is Faculty of Engineering, Build Environment, and IT, we added many aspects of engineering and IT to make our program more interesting and more advantage for our students to understand everything.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you so much, Mr. Charney, for sharing this information with all the audience. Hopefully, everyone can understand and the all the needs and requirement for this great and interesting program. So Thank you everyone for joining our session. Please, for more inquiries, please visit our website www.mahsa.edu.my or drop in your inquiries in our social media inbox or in the comments below. So thank you and have a good day. Have a good day and wish you all the best. See you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Man.
Thank you.